Welcome to another segment of my YouTube channel. Today we will focus on fitness and wellness. And so it's my pleasure to have in my midst Mr. Alyx Williams, known as Alyx. And we'll talk about, fitness, how it's important for fitness to be a part of your everyday life. Just like how you eating a balanced diet, fitness should also be a part of your balance, but should also be part of your life on a daily basis. Alyx, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
Alyx, I've seen a lot of stuff that you have done promoting fitness here in the Turks and Caicos Islands. Tell us what got you prompted to start that.
It kind of started with me growing up being an athlete. So I grew up playing soccer, a little bit of track and field. When I went to school in the U.S., I ended up playing American football, wrestling. What else? I think I tried golf, but didn't have the patience for it. Yeah. And one of the reasons why I kind of dabbled in as much sports as I could is because I always had a desire of being like a pro athlete and then transitioning into the coaching field. So I always wanted to have a bit of knowledge in every sport, but I wanted to start from the basics.
Okay.
And then I got a little bit older. I left here in 2015 to actually study personal training and sports performance. I ended up getting a job at a boxing gym, title boxing in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like a big commercial gym where they do free weight training, boxing training, and it's for people who want to box but don't want to get hit.
Right.
So so it's kind of like a toned down version of boxing. A lot of people are very intimidated, bloody noses and black eyes and stuff like that.
Yes.
So you get to do all that stuff without the bloody noses and black eyes.
Right.
So it kind of started from there on, I guess from a professional standpoint, learning how to interact with clients and, trying to actually find out what their needs are and their wants, and then putting it together and making something that works best specifically for them. So, yeah.
Awesome. I've seen a lot of great reviews on Facebook. Tell us the different services that you offer in the name of your business.
All right. Well, everything falls under the Flex brand, which is a sports brand. It's actually called Flex Apparel. It's more commonly known as Flex. And I make athletic apparel, training gears like resistance bands, t-shirts, water bottles, all of that stuff. And then for the training, everything falls under that because the brand provides everything for the training. So for the personal training, it's more or less, I offer one-on-one training. So it would be very detailed, customized, and specific for that individual. So someone may see you doing a workout that I designed specifically for you, and it looks good, I'd love to try that. But when they do it, they won't necessarily get the same results because maybe their body type is different. Maybe they can't do some of the exercises because they're not there physically. The virtual training, which is very popular right now, and I'm actually glad that I got it going before COVID hit.
Okay.
So it was easier to make that transition from doing all the house calls and personal trainings, and then with people already being familiar with me and my training style, I'm more comfortable making that transition. So it wasn't like it was going to be something like out of the ordinary that we'd be doing. I'm behind the screen, you're behind the screen.
So how important is fitness in someone's life?
It's very important because, especially from my perspective, it can help in other areas of your life. So for me, my clientele base is like a big variety. I have cashiers, people who worked in the hotels here, executive for companies like Dot Foods, which is a big food distributor in the U.S., accountants, business owners. So one of the things that I've noticed that's sort of like the standout for my clients when they start doing the training is they become a lot more productive. So if they were good at their job, they become a lot more productive. They are more efficient on the job. They handle stress a lot better, and even things like time management. Because now you have to find. It starts off as something that you don't like doing, fit it into your schedule, and making sure things fall around that. And you got to do it in a way that it doesn't interrupt your personal life or your daily life.
Got it.
You know.
And how often should someone work out?
Depending on the age and your lifestyle, I'd say minimum 2 to 3 times a week. And it doesn't have to be, all the crazy stuff that you see on social media, people doing all the crazy leg lifts, pull-ups, lifting crazy weight. Start off with something simple that you can deal with, and then something that you'll be consistent with. A lot of times I ask people, like, what do they like? If there's a sport that you may have an infatuation with, or maybe there's an athlete that you like, I will sort of formulate your workout based off that interest. So you're more inclined to stick with it because you actually like it. Versus, oh man, this sucks, I don't want to do it. Like, it's always going to be tough.
So, is there a particular time of the day that people should do the workouts? In the morning, in the evenings, or it doesn't really matter as long as you do it 2 or 3 times a week?
I would say, based off of the human body, I would say either mornings or evenings. So I'd say early mornings, between 5 and 7 if you can. Late evenings, anywhere from like 4 to 6, 4 to 7. Because I'm sure most people have families here, so you want to get that workout in and still have yourself enough time to prepare dinner, eat with your family and whatnot.
Okay, so, and sometimes, there's a saying that too much of something, could be harmful.
Mm-hmm.
Too much of fitness, is it?
Yeah, so when you talk about fitness, there's different areas of it.
Sure.
So, like, a lot of times when people think about fitness, they think about just the physical aspect of you just working out, curls or whatever it may be.
That's true.
And then there's different training styles as well. But something that I always make sure I put emphasis on is the rest and recovery. So
rest and recovery?
That's very...
Okay.
When you're not working out, you should be resting. So there's certain things that you do to help your body recover a bit faster.
Got it.
So something that I recommend everybody do, most of the women don't do it, but cold showers. Something as simple as taking a cold shower after, especially an intense workout. It brings your core body temperature down. It helps with muscle inflammation. You feel 10 times better afterwards.
Really?
Yeah, man.
I don't like the cold shower.
Yeah,
you say most women.
Most women don't do it. I recommend it to everybody, but most of the women, they're like, cold shower? No.
Yeah.
The guys are a little bit, more willing to try it at least. But I don't know what it is with women in cold showers.
I don't think no one likes cold showers.
I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one. I don't know. I have my days, I'd say.
Oh, okay. That's awesome. Well, I want you to, I thank you very much again for being on the show. I want you to demonstrate or show some different tactics or different exercises that we could do on a regular basis, and also share with us how we can contact you.
Yeah, definitely.
So going forward, people can contact you to have their personal training or just a regular training with you.
Yeah. You can find. I have a website. It's called fitsw.com/flexfit, and it's flex with a Y. So FLYX. And then my local number here is 245-3599 or 245-FLEX.
Okay, got it.
And then you can find me on Instagram and Facebook at FlexFit. So you just type in FlexFit, you will see videos of me and people training. And then for the parents and the athletes out there, I do have the youth athletic training program. We work with kids as young as 3 years old, all the way up to mid-20s, pro athletes. So it just depends on how far you want to take it. And you can find Flex Academy on Facebook and Instagram. Just type in Flex, FLYX Academy, and pop up.
Now, I know you're not a health practitioner, but I'm quite sure there's also benefit to your health with fitness?
Yeah.
Based on your experience and knowledge, how important is fitness to someone's health?
It's very important. So, especially when it comes to dealing with stress, especially in a time like this, a lot of people are dealing with unusual levels of stress. A lot of people are home with the kids more often, driving me crazy. A lot of people are out of work right now, so the finances is driving you crazy.
Sure.
So simply going for a walk, going for a run. I mean, that'll give you that mental escape to sort of take your mind off that stress.
Absolutely.
You slowly notice things like blood pressure going down because you're not stressing and holding on to those things for so long. Push-ups, sit-ups, squats, basic bodyweight exercises you can do anywhere. For me, I'm a big fan of bodyweight exercises, especially because, playing various sports over the years and sort of working with different coaches, different styles. At some points, I was training a lot more than I was supposed to, not really doing the rest of recovery, and it led into injury. So that's another reason why rest and recovery is so important.
Yes.
You have to give your body time to repair itself. Because that burning feeling that you feel, that's your muscle fibers tearing.
Right.
So the night and the next day, or maybe another day afterwards, you feel sore because your body's repairing those muscles. But if you don't give your body sufficient time to do that repair, you run yourself into risk of tearing or pulling those muscles, tearing or pulling ligaments.
And that's why recovery is important.
Especially for the young athletes. A lot of people don't stretch it, which I find, I don't know, maybe because of my lifestyle stretching, but simply stretching a minute of the day, doing 20-second holds, it improves your mood.
Show us some of that stretching as well.
Yeah, I got you,
right?
man. So,
Awesome, that's awesome. You have any closing remarks?
I know things are tough right now because of everything going on.
Yeah.
But I try to say, have more of an optimistic look on life. I mean, you may not be working, but things are going to get better. We're a top tourism destination, so we're not going to be like this forever. So things are going to pick up. Maybe you've had an idea of something that you wanted to try out, maybe business-wise or academically. Maybe you wanted to, pick up a new skill. If you're not at work, you've got loads of free time. Take that energy and divert it into something else that's more positive, and it also help keep your mind off the negative situations. So try to stay positive, eat right, stay active, live long.
Well, thanks again. I want to thank all the viewers for watching the show, and please remember to subscribe. At the end of this video, we'll have some little tips that he will demonstrate to you what you can do. And I hope that you realize now, if you haven't already, how important fitness is part of your life. In fact, it should be part of your schedule on an everyday basis. Same way you must eat a balanced diet, as I said at the beginning. You must also participate in different exercises. It relieves stress, and it also makes your health better as well. Thank you again.
All right, everyone. So I'm just going to go with some basic bodyweight exercises that you can do at home or anywhere. All right. So first, we're going to do wall angels. So technically, you're supposed to be up against the wall, with your back and shoulders up against the wall. Elbows parallel with the ground, and reach as high as you can go. Bring them back down. Make sure you're bringing your elbows back as far as you can so you feel that pinch in the shoulders. So you work the back muscles, the delts, and the traps. All right? I would recommend doing this anywhere from 8 to 10 times for beginners. For the veterans, anywhere from 12 to 15 or 12 to 20. All right? Then for upper body as well, bodyweight push-ups or push-ups. You can do kneeling push-ups for those who can't do a full push-up. So kneeling push-up, knees on the ground, hips forward. And when you lower your body, you bring your elbows into the body. All right? About an inch from the ground, push up. All right? Elbows into the body, push up. Not ouch. All right? You don't want your elbows flaring up. Elbows in, push up. Make sure the hips are forward. All right? So you're pushing your upper body. I don't want to see back like this. It doesn't look like that. All right? And then also for legs, all right? I'm a big fan of squats, all right? And then there's different variations of squats that you can do. You can do narrow squats, front squats, sumo squats. But today, it's going to be a basic squat. So you want your feet shoulder width apart, toes pointing forward. And the first motion that you should make is by pushing your hips back. So it would be like as if you want to sit in a chair. So push the hips back. That way it keeps the weight on your heels and not on the knees. All right? Back up, hips forward, hips back, hips forward, hips back. All right? Side so you can see how it looks from a different angle. Standing tall. Again, first motion is to push the hips back to keep the weight on their heels. Hips back, forward. Hips back, forward. Alright. What else? Lunges. Yes, we can do lunges. I'll do 2 of each. So for lunges, again, you want to keep your body upright. And as you step forward, you lower yourself down. Right? Again, keeping the torso upright. You don't want to be leaning forward like this. All right? Because then you're going to take the weight from the heels onto the knees. Okay? So, step forward. Forward. Always keeping the torso upright. And from another angle. Try not to let the knees touch the ground as well. All right, so that was for the hamstrings and quads, glutes as well. Another one that we're going to work is specifically for the hamstrings. So for those of you who have a lower back issues, this is a good one for you. It's called the good mornings, all right? So knees slightly bent, hands behind your head, and then bending from the hips, keeping your chest up. So as you bend, you're gonna feel a pull on the hamstrings and on the calves, all right? So knees slightly bent, push the hips back, keep the chest up. Again, as you bend, you're going to feel a slight pull in the hamstrings. All right? All right? You can also add resistance bands to make it a little bit challenging for you. So you see it from a different angle. Standing tall, pushing the hips back, knees slightly bent, keeping the chest up. One more time. All right. Now for the abs. All right. A lot of people don't like doing abs, but you got to do them. All right. A strong core is a strong body. All right. And if you were to work on your core, for those of you who struggle with posture, some people have a bit of a slouch when they stand. If you were to strengthen your core and your lower back, it'll pull your upper body upright. All right, so first one we're going to do is planks. All right, a full plank. You start off in the push-up position, keeping the core nice and tight. All right, so you should be feeling it pulling from underneath your chest, going straight below the belly button. All right, it shouldn't be like this, shouldn't be like that. All right, hips parallel with the ground, core nice and tight. All right, there's loads of different variations. You can do shoulder taps, alternating raises. All right, up downs. So to make it more challenging for yourself, you can do various variations. And then for a little bit of ab work. So one beginner exercise for abs that I like to do, especially with my first time clients, is crunches. Because a lot of times if you have a weak core, you try to do sit-ups, you can't do it. And a lot of times when people do sit-ups, they throw themselves into it. And it's supposed to be a controlled movement. So heels to the butt, sit-ups are all the way up. Alright? We're gonna do crunches. So when you crunch, you want about your mid-back off the ground, right? About mid-back. So that way you're crunching the abs. So think of you trying to curl your body up, and then you gotta crunch. And sit up is you keeping your chest up as you bring your torso up. Crunching. All right. So that was the exercises there. And anytime you work out, you should always stretch. I recommend stretching before and after. For the beginning of your workout, I recommend dynamic stretches. Stretches that involve movements, all right? So it increases your blood flow as well as stretching of those muscles. All right, so this one's gonna be really good. You're gonna stretch out the hamstrings and the calves, as well as the lower back. So legs as wide as you can get them without falling down. Tuck your chin to your chest, so that when you stretch out the muscles along your spine, and reach as far behind you as you can, whilst tucking your chin to your chest. So as you reach and tuck your chin, you feel the hamstrings stretching out, calves, as well as the muscles along the spine. All right, you do it from a different angle. All right, so hips forward, nice and straight. Tuck your chin to your chest, reach as far back as you can. Again, you feel the muscles in the lower back, hamstrings, calves. As you tuck your chin to your chest, you feel the muscles along the spine stretching out. All right. Now, shoulders and back, seeing that we did the wall angels. Cup one arm, so cup your left arm with your right arm, or your right elbow, and pull into your body. You're gonna feel the stretch in the delts, and in your back, all right? When you're doing your stretches, I recommend holding each stretch for about 20 to 30 seconds, all right, to give yourself enough time to stretch those muscle fibers out. Next side, same thing. Cup one elbow with the other, and then pull into your body. All right, stretch up the delts, back. Right. Now another one is going to be cobra. So you're going to be laying in the rest position for push-ups. So flat on the ground on your stomach, hands on the side of your chest. And when you push up from your chest, make sure you're looking straight up. All right. So try to leave your hips on the ground and arch your back. That way you feel the stretch from your diaphragm, which is right underneath your chest, going down into the pelvic area, right below the belly button. All right. Now, push your heels back to the ground. That way you stretch out the calves and the hamstrings. So, the more you stretch out your calves, by walking your hands back. So the closer your heels get to the ground, the more you stretch out the calves. All right. And then another one, downward dog. All right, so this one is going to stretch out the lats, chest, triceps, and back, all right? So reach out in front of you as far as you can, and then press your chest to the ground. As you press your chest to the ground, you're going to feel the lats stretch, the back muscles stretch out. If you turn your palms up, you feel a bit more of a stretch in the triceps, and reach forward. All right. And that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed those exercises and the stretches that went along with it. I recommend putting them to good use. All right, it'll help improve your mood, your physical health, all right, as well as your mental health by helping you relieve some of the stress that you're going through. For those of you who are looking to get in shape, all right, remember you can reach out to me at fitsw.com/flexfit, like the shirt says, flex with a Y, or you can call me on 245-3599. Meal plans, custom workouts, virtual training, one-on-one sessions, you name it, we've got it. All right, so just flex.